Poland is apparently working on civil unions, which is good on paper, but apparently the bill is so horribly drafted that it wants to appease both um, the LGBT community, I guess, and hardcore um, conservatives. How do you propose a bill on a civil union between homosexuals that will please both the LGBT community and the hardcore conservatives? I have no idea. And that is why nobody is happy with this bill. Nobody is happy with it. That is apparently what's happening. Oh, interesting. Declare everyone gay. Let us see what's happening with this, because that is actually very interesting to me.
More than a year after the Polish government announced a bill on civil partnerships, the topic has taken a new turn.
This law is meant to make things easier for people. Everyday life, the sharing of information, property matters and tax matters. It is an innovative approach, a progressive approach. There have been more liberal, more radical and more traditional attempts before. None of them succeeded.
Instead of a bill on civil partnerships, a new piece of legislation has been announced regulating and protecting cohabitating couples, including same-sex couples.
This act does not change one's marital status, nor does it make it possible to contract a marriage. This is a good agreement, a good solution. This government bill has been written so that we can hold discussions with the president and the presidential palace
Wait, so
about
it's not
reaching
even
an agreement to have
Oh
this
my
law.
god, it's not even a civil union. It's not even a civil. Holy what? Holy fuck. What? What fuck is it then? I had no clue. I told you nobody was happy with this. I told you. Wait, hold on. If this is just some agreement between same-sex couples or same-sex partners or whatever, then okay, I've got a question. What if a person has more than one sexual partner? Can they have this agreement with several people? It's not a traditional marriage, right?
Signed.
The previously proposed bill on civil unions did not receive the support of the conservative wing of the ruling
Holy.
coalition, nor would it be signed into law by conservative President Karol Nawrocki. It foresaw the signing of a civil union at a registry office, just like any civil marriage in Poland.
Here now we are sent to the notary office, like with any other agreement, just like when you go to buy an apartment, for example.
The act also excludes issues related to children. The issue of custody or adoption is not included in these provisions.
There you go.
Law does not exclude association, calculates based on data from 2020 that it's about 50,000 children that are raised by either two moms or two fathers.
Poland is one of 5 EU countries that does not yet legally recognize same-sex civil unions, along with Bulgaria, Romania, Lithuania, and Slovakia.
If it's signed by the president, it will make a significant change in the lives of many people.
For TVP World, I'm Aisha Badge.
True. Under the plans, adults will be able to sign a closest person agreement, granting some of the legal rights and protections enjoyed by married couples without recognizing their union as such. Disagreements between liberal and conservative parties within Prime Minister Donald Tusk's governing coalition hampered previous efforts to introduce civil partnerships. So no civil unions in Poland. It's just some watered down deal between two people that are close, I guess. Closest person agreement. Ridiculous. Partnerships. But the new proposition is a compromise agreed upon by both factions. The bill would allow two adults to register each other as a closest person before a notary. The pair would have certain common rights around inheritance, shared property, joint tax filing, and access to medical information. It would not, however, alter marital status or permit adoption. Parties met halfway. Ridiculous. Not even a civil union. Not even a proper civil union. Poland is Poland after all, isn't it? At the end of the day. The proposal was I'm convinced, says Greater Ain't, that conservative brain only brings ruination to a developing society. That is true. The proposal was presented in a parliament on Friday by the leaders of the Polish People's Party, the most right-wing faction in the government, and the Social Democratic Left Party, which has enthusiastically backed same-sex rights. I mean, those things are not exactly exclusive, mutually exclusive. You can both bolster, you can give people human rights and bolster ammunition production. Which, by the way, Poland apparently is working on ammunition production finally. Although we'll see if it'll materialize into anything specific. Apparently, 3 factories are being built for ammunition. So let's see. Katarzyna Kotula, a deputy minister representing the left, said a proposal shows that both parties met halfway, which is laughable. As her party lauded it as a step in the right direction. Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, PSL leader and deputy prime minister, said he believed that the bill could gain support from across the political spectrum. From what I'm hearing, everybody hates it, actually. From what I'm standing, everybody hates this. You're ready to talk with parliamentarians, with citizens, and with the president. There is a huge chance that this year we will pass a law that makes life easier, gives a sense of dignity and justice. Will it? Will it though? One key hurdle will be gaining the support of the conservative President Karol Nawrocki, who has the right to veto parliamentary bills. The recently elected, oh yeah, by the way, already very conservative voices from his party, from the president's party, said that this is unacceptable. The leader of Law and Justice has said that this solution is just unacceptable. That it attacks the whole idea of a traditional family. The recently elected head of state, who has the backing of the main right-wing opposition, has previously said that he would not support measures introducing quasi-marriage. There you go. So he will veto it. However, he has indicated he would be ready to back the establishment of a closest person status if it applied broadly to various relationships, including friendships and caregiving arrangements. Oh my God. Holy shit. What has been proposed? The bill, officially called the Draft Law on the Status of the Closest Person in a Relationship and Cohabitation Agreement, will now begin its journey through Parliament. Giving details of the proposal, Kotula said couples entering into a closest person agreement would have joint rights in many different areas of life. It regulates property relations, allowing a couple to decide at the notary whether they want to join or separate property, she said. It regulates the right to housing, the possibility of mutual alimony, mutual access to medical information, exemptions from inheritance and gift tax, possibility of joint tax filing if joint property is declared, and also exemptions from civil law transaction tax. Kotula added that after an agreement is signed, the notary would be obliged to send the documents to the Civil Rights Registry Office. The partnership would automatically end if the parties decided to marry. Okay, how can the parties... Oh, I guess if the parties decided to marry someone else, because how would the parties decide? How could the parties decide to marry? The whole point is that they cannot. They cannot marry. They have to do this thing that is being proposed here. What is this last sentence? The whole point of this whole thing is that they just cannot marry. Isn't it? Isn't the whole idea? This is disappointing, to say the least. But whatever. Whatever. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. We live in disappointing times.